Browns' Shedeur Sanders receives endorsement no one asked for from infamous former QB. The Cleveland Browns created one of the more interesting storylines of the 2025 NFL offseason by waiting until the fifth round to select a possible franchise quarterback in former Colorado star Shedeur Sanders. Expectations for his rookie year in Cleveland vary wildly. Many of those who partake in doom and gloom with this franchise are already projecting a Johnny Manziel-like decline into nothingness. Manziel himself believes Sanders is well equipped to handle the same problems that managed to trip up the former Texas A&M star in the pros. He's going to an opportunity now in Cleveland with a quarterback situation that, honestly, he can come out of and win the job, Manziel said on his Glory Days podcast. There's no doubt about that. I think he'll do well. I really do. I think the kid works really hard. I think he loves the game of ball. I think he'll be successful. Like Sanders, Manziel also had to deal with a surprising draft fall that ended when Cleveland got desperate. Things didn't work out well for Manziel, though his story of struggling to turn the Browns around may not have too many parallels with Sanders' tale. Johnny Manziel believes Shedeur Sanders will succeed as Browns' QB. Manziel's problems stem from a lack of NFL size, an unwillingness to watch film, and off-field problems impacting his performance. Sanders might not last in the NFL, but any potential failure in the pros will not come from a Manziel-like unraveling off the field. Sanders has much better arm talent than Manziel, and his lack of athletic ability is overshadowed by a high-end football brain that helps him process quickly and avoid turnovers. Sanders was also raised from birth to be a great professional player by one of the greatest to ever do it. Sanders has spent the early stages of the offseason program showing that the league made a huge mistake letting him slide until the fifth round. Sanders has routinely been one of the more impressive quarterbacks of the four currently on the roster, so much so that fans can't rule out the idea of him eventually starting. As long as Sanders keeps his head in the game, which doesn't seem to be a problem considering everything that has been said about him both before and after the draft, it seems unlikely that he will end up following the same destructive path Manziel was on. In a sports world where endorsements are currency and public opinion often swings like a goalpost in a blizzard, Cleveland Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders found himself at the center of an unexpected media whirlwind this week. Not for a dazzling performance on the field or a headline-grabbing rookie contract. No, this time it was something stranger, an unsolicited endorsement from one of football's most infamous former quarterbacks, Johnny Manziel. Yes, that Johnny Manziel. It began with a cryptic tweet late Monday night. Just as Cleveland fans were basking in the optimism surrounding Sanders, Deion's son and the former Colorado Buffalo star, who arrived in the NFL with both hype and a highlight reel, Manziel posted, "Cleveland finally got a real one. You're gonna shock y'all. Reminds me of me, just better. Hashtag comeback season." The internet predictably exploded. For many, the comparison was bewildering at best and horrifying at worst. Johnny Football Manziel, the 2012 Heisman Trophy winner turned cautionary tale, wasn't exactly the name Cleveland fans wanted associated with their new face of the franchise. His tenure in Cleveland had been a cocktail of chaos, controversy, and unmet expectations. A flickering flame that never quite caught fire. But here he was, endorsing Shedeur Sanders as the second coming of himself, with the caveat that Sanders might actually fulfill the promise. A mixed blessing. To say the endorsement was unasked for might be the understatement of the season. Sanders, known for his calm demeanor and tactful public presence, handled the situation with grace when pressed by reporters during OTAs. Manziel was a great college player, Sanders said carefully. "I'd appreciate the support, but I'm focused on writing my own story. I respect everyone who came before me, but I'm not trying to be anyone but Shedeur." A poised answer, polish, maybe even practiced, but underneath the surface, you could practically hear the sigh. The Browns' front office stayed quiet, perhaps wisely, while Twitter did its thing, half the fan base joking that the Manziel curse had returned, the other half twisting themselves into knots trying to reframe the comment as a misunderstood show of respect. ESPN analyst Dan Orlovsky added fuel to the fire by saying on NFL Live, "It's like Dracula giving you a garlic necklace. You just don't know what to do with it." A legacy in conflict.